mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang mag-ibig, telas ng sinakalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa manluluping, di ka pasisigil, sa nagagang tutok sa simoy at sa langit mong pagaw, ay hinagang tula, kawin sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang islang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na naghihiling, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidinig. Luman ang araw ng walhaging pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya na pagkay mga amin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Isang katulad mong nagsabog ng liwanag ng pag-asa at hangarin ng habulan. Ang puok ng Mindanao, tinanglaw at pinarang, nang ika'y isilang, nadakila ang hanggan. Ating ipapapuri itong pag-asa, ang buhay at pag-ibig sa kanay iaalay. Saan man naroroon ay bigyang karangalan. Dakilang paaralan, pamantasang
So, Mr. Maindan, can you lead the prayer?
Okay po. Let us pray. A'udhu billahi minasyaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin arrahmanir rahim maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzabannar. Alhamdulillah. Ito ako kabangay. Eh, kawin. Ano, hindi ko kinanta.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. A pleasant afternoon to all of you, my dear classmates, and especially to you, sir. Magandang hapon po.
48% makakapon.
We are the first group who will discuss or tackle all about the group. So let us proceed to the group. So when we say group, this is an amorphous one and can refer to a wide variety of gatherings from just 2 or more people. So think about a group project in school when you partner with another student, a regular gathering of friends or people who work together or share a hobby. In short, the term refers any collection of at least 2 people or more who interact with some frequency and who shares a sense that their identity is somehow aligned with the group. So, let us proceed to discuss the definition of group according to authors. So, we have five here. So, the first one is Stephen Robbins. So, Stephen Robbins, a group can be defined as two or more people interacting and interdependent who come together to achieve particular goals. So, ayon sa kay Stephen, sa mga group is sila yung maayos at kaya nilang maging malaya sa pakikipag-interact sa ibang tao na karaniwang pareho yung hangarin nila, which is yung ma-achieve nila yung kanilang pangarap. So, yun yung ayon kay Stephen Robbins. So, the next one is E.H. Skin or Skin. A psychological group is any number of people who interact with one another, psychologically aware of one another, and perceives themselves to be a group. So, ayon naman dito sa kay E.H. Skin, hindi nasusukat sa dami ng mga taong nakikipag-interact sa iba. Karaniwang yung mga taong to is aware sila sa isa't isa. Alam nila kung paano sila nakikipag-interact o makikipag-interact sa iba at kung paano dadami yung group na iyon. So, yun yung kay E.H. Skin or Skin. So, the third one here is Donaldson R. Forsyth. A group is defined as two or more individuals who are connected to one another by social relationship. Ayon naman dito kay Donaldson R. Forsyth, ang dalawa o higit pang mga tao daw na kabilang sa group o ay nabubuo sa pamamagitan ng social relationship. Ibig sabihin, dahil sila yung marunong makisama sa iba at mas madali sa kanilang makisama, kaya napapabilang sila sa salitang group na yon. Madali silang magkaroon ng higit pang mga kaibigan dahil sa maganda yung kanilang pakikipag-interact sa ibang tao, lalo na kung pareho silang may mga similarity sa ibang bagay, kaya madali silang nagkiklik. Yun naman yung kay Donaldson R. Forsyth. The next one here is Baron and Burney. According to them, groups consist of two or more persons engaged in social interaction who have some stable structure relationship with one another, are interdependent and share common goals and perceive that they are part of a group. So, ayon naman dito kay Baron and Burney, ang group daw is involved sa dalawa o higit pa. Ang mga taong ito ay may maayos na relasyon sa ibang tao na kung saan maganda yung nagiging way of interaction nila sa ibang tao. Kaya mas maayos at kaya mas maganda yung nagiging samahan nila sa ibang tao dahil sa madali silang makisama, or kapag nakikipag-interact sila, maganda yung way of interacting nila sa ibang tao. At ang mga tao is maayos yung samahan o sa group na yon, karaniwang maganda rin yung output na nangyayari. Lalo na kung yung mga ito is parehas sila ng hangarin sa buhay. Parehas lang dun kay, dun sa nauna, which is, hangarin, yung sa group na yon is, hangarin nila is yung ma-achieve nila yung goals nila. So, and the last one here is Sheriff and Sheriff. So, according to him, a group is a social unit which consists of a number of individuals who stand in role and status relationship to one another. So, ayon naman kay Sheriff, ang group daw is isang social unit. So, kapag sinabi natin social unit, ito yung maayos na sistema ng interaction sa iba na karaniwang in a group of feeling or oneness. Ibig sabihin, yung mga tao raw na may higit pang kinabilangan of group is pareho silang komportable at hindi nagkakahiyaan. Dahil nga sa pareho nila sila yung bawat isa sa kanila, at ayon pa kay Sheriff, kaya maayos yung interaction ng mga taong ito dahil pareho nilang alam kung paano o hindi dapat, kung ano yung dapat at hindi dapat na sinasabi sa kanilang mga kasamahan, kaya maganda yung nagiging output ng group na yon. Alam nila yung salitang value o paniniwala sa pagkakaiba ng bawat isa, na may kanya-kanya tayong ugali, kaya maganda yung consequences nito sa iba. Yun yung kay Sheriff. So let us proceed to the out of the definition research. Create your own definition. Oh. No, sorry. So present a table comparing and summarizing these definitions. So dito naman is compare lang and summarize ko lang yung mga pag-define ng mga authors. So yun na nga, yung so kung sa comparing, yung masasabi ko lang dito is pare-parehas lang sila ng pag-define sa group, which is kahit magkakaiba sila ng way ng pag-define sa group, yung doon sa pag-define nila is parehas lang yung ibig sabihin, at yun na nga, parehas lang yung ibig sabihin ng nilalaman ng kanilang pag-define sa group. Kaya masasabi kong parehas lang yung way of defining nila sa kanilang pag-define sa group. So let us proceed to the out of the definition research. Create your own definition of group. So ito naman yung na-create kong sarili kong definition sa group. So groups are people who have something in common and who believe that what they have in common is significant. So yan yung na-create kong own definition of group. So let us proceed to B, types of groups, which is to be reported by Elham Mopak.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and good day everyone. I am Elham Mopak and I'm going to report the types of groups. So sa types of groups, meron tayong 5 different types of groups. Pero sa slides, meron akong sinalin na 2 general types of groups na belong din sa social work practice. So first, I will discuss the general types of groups, which is the informal group that are really formed because the members join for it. It is a group that so si formal groups, meron siyang rules and regulations na pinapatupad bago maging membro ang isang individual, no? Kumbaga matatawag lamang na formal group ang isang team or grupo kapag mayroong selection procedure na pinapatupad, like interview, pagpass ng resume or biodata sa mga individual na gustong magpa-member. At yung group na ito, mayroong specific purpose or goal kung bakit nag-i-exist. Kumbaga mayroon silang goal na gustong ma-achieve. At yung purpose nila na yon, yung goal nila na yon is definite at clear. Now let's proceed sa second type of general group. We have the informal group. Any person can join the group, participate in it, and leave it whenever he wants. There's no selection procedure in this group. So si informal group naman, walang definite time yung kabuwagan. Hindi siya katulad ng formal group na merong na definite at clear yung purpose. Si informal group hindi siya gano'n, no? At kahit sino pwedeng mag-join sa group na ito dahil walang selection procedure, like group of peers and friends. Now let's proceed sa different types of groups. So we have the primary groups, secondary groups, personal growth groups, learning groups, and problem solving groups. Primary groups. The concept of primary group is given by C.H. Cooley. There is face-to-face interaction among its members. Primary groups are ones we form to help us realize our human needs like inclusion and affection, no? So like sa family natin, no? yung mga intimate care, yung intimate care at security na kailangan natin as a human being, as a person, is makukuha natin sa family natin. At yung relations natin, relations ng mga members sa group na ito is masyadong personal. This is close to informal groups kasi nga wala siyang selection procedure. These groups are generally longer term than other groups and include family, roommates, and other relationships that meet as groups on a regular basis, no? So itong group na ito is longer term siya, no? Kasi nga yung mga members ng group na ito is mayroong similar background attributes like culture, beliefs, religion, interests, and etc. Secondary group. The concept of secondary group is given by Massiver. It is the opposite of the primary groups and is usually a short-term group. It can found at work and school. There is less face-to-face interaction. The relations among the members are impersonal and secondary. So, like itong group natin sa webinar report, no, maaari siyang mahulog sa secondary groups kasi short-term lang siya. So, maaring after the report, maaring mawala na yung connection, maaring mabuwag na yung grupo. We form secondary groups to accomplish work, perform a task, solve problems, and make decisions. So dahil nga itong group na ito is nabubuo for a specific goal, no? Like sa webinar report, yung goal natin is para makagawa ng webinar report. Larson and LaFasto state that secondary groups have a specific performance objective of recognizable goal to be attained, and coordination of activity among the members of the team is required for attainment of the team goal or objective. So yun nga, no, yung bawat membro ng grupo na ito is mayroong specific aims or interest na gustong ma-achieve. Kumbaga mayroon silang purpose, no? At excuse me. Kumbaga mayroon silang goal or purpose na gustong ma-achieve, no? At kailangan nila ng coordination at cooperation para ma-achieve yung goal na yon. Now we will proceed sa third type of groups. We have the personal growth groups. We form personal growth groups to obtain support and feedback from others, as well as to grow as a person. Personal growth groups may be thought of as therapy groups. So napapasok dito or nahulog dito si treatment-oriented approach ng social work practice group. Is one in which the members are given the opportunity to explore and develop personal goals related to awareness of feelings about self and others, improve interpersonal communications, and assess personal values. So yung group na ito is nagbibigay ng opportunity sa lahat ng members na ma-develop or ma-improve or mabago yung kanilang behaviors, yung thoughts nila, yung mindset nila, yung feelings nila about sa sarili nila at sa ibang tao. Kumbaga, yung group na ito is nagagamit or ginagamit para ma-develop yung capacity ng bawat members to the fullest. Learning groups. Learning groups focus mainly on obtaining new information and gaining knowledge. They may act collaboratively with discussion and exploration, or they may be a thought class with a teacher and a syllabus. So, balikan natin yung group natin sa webinar report, no? Actually, yung group natin maaring mahulog sa learning groups or sa secondary groups. So, kasi parehas may purpose. So, yung group natin sa webinar report maaring mahulog sa learning groups kasi bawat members ng groups is maaring may matututunan or natututunan about a specific topic like ito, yung groups, yung community, and organizations, no? Kasi through discussion natin sa bawat isa, through pag-report natin, natututo tayo. May natututunan tayo. Now, let's proceed to the last type of group. We have the problem-solving groups. These groups are created for the express purpose of solving a specific problem. These types of teams are usually temporary. The members have a common purpose in understanding and resolving their issue. So, si problem-solving groups naman is nabuo para mabigyan ng solusyon ang isang problema. Like committee, they are brought together to solve a problem. So, yun lamang po ang aking report, and ang susunod naman po is i-report po sa inyo ni Sheikha de Guzman. Thank you.
Okay, let's proceed to the present a table comparing and summarizing these definitions. So, first one is primary group. Ito yung group na malalapit sila sa isa't isa. Karaniwan is maliliit lang ito na grupo. At meron silang malalim o matalik na relationship sa isa't isa. And usually, nagtatagal itong yung relationship nila. Sa secondary group naman, ito naman is hindi masyadong personal or emotional compared sa primary group. At itong grupo na ito ay secondary relationship na kung saan formal yung kanilang communication. Sa personal growth groups, dito naman is binibigyan yung mga member ng grupo na ito, binibigyan sila ng opportunity na mag-explore at bumuo ng mga personal goals na kung saan related siya sa awareness of feelings tungkol sa ating sarili at sa iba. Sa learning group, from the word learning, it focuses on getting new information and acquiring knowledge. The last one is problem solving. Problem solving group. Itong group naman na ito is made for understandable goal of solving a specific problem. So ito yung comparing niya. Si primary group is nagre-respond siya sa lahat. At yung relationship sa primary group is non-transferable. Sa secondary naman is nagre-response lang siya sa iisang tao lang. And transferable yung relationship niya. Sa personal growth, nakatuon lang sa specific areas of individual growth. Sa learning groups, this group charged with the discovery and pagpapakalat ng new ideas. Sa problem-solving group, focus lang ito siya sa paghanap ng solusyon sa mahirap o complicated na issues. So these are examples of the types of groups. Ang example ng primary group is family groups, love relationship, church groups. Sa secondary naman, doctor at saka yung kanyang patient, yung attorney at saka ng kanyang client, and schoolmates. Sa personal growth groups is career, education, relationships. Sa learning groups naman, role play, experiential activities, and gaming. And last one, problem-solving groups, budgeting funds, planning events, addressing customers. So, yun lamang po. So, the next reporter is Mr. Aliamir North.
Hello. So my topic is the characteristic of group. So number 1 is the collection of 2 or more people. Groups are the collection of 2 or large group of people. Groups are composed of 2 or more persons in social interaction. 1 plus 1 makes a group, and groups form an organization. A single person cannot form a group as it requires 2 people information. So it means a group always is more than 1 person. Hindi magkakaroon ng group kapag iisang tao lang. In order to have a group, it composed of more than 1 or 2 person or groups, and it can create an organization. For example, sa paggawa ng isang organization, hindi matatawag ito na group if isang tao lang ang member ng organization. Dapat, you need to collect or recruit a members para matawag itong group para to work together. Para merong activities, they can easily to do their work at hindi sila mahihirapan kasi they are group to work together. Unless sa isang tao lang ang magtrabaho, it possible na mahihirapan ito at hindi maganda ang kalabasan ng work. Another example is, sa isang barangay, we have the barangay officials, pero si barangay captain lang ang active. Siyempre, there's a possibility na mahihirapan at hindi kaya ni captain ang lahat ng responsibilities without the help of barangay officials, like the kagawads and the SK officials. And by this, hindi ito matatawag na group kasi si barangay captain lang ang active. But in order na matawag itong group, si barangay captain should be encouraged and influences her or his barangay officials para they can work together for their responsibilities to the society and community at mapadali ang kanilang trabaho. And this, we can call it and consider a group because they are working together. So that's the collection of 2 or more people. Number, common goal or interest. In a group, every member shares common interests or goals. For example, members of the marketing department constitute a group that is sustained by the mutual interest of the members. The shared goals determines and identifies the all members' common goals. So it means a group always has common denominator. This means that they are grouped as one because they shared something that is the same. This is the thing that makes them paired with each other. Without something in common, the tendency would be they will not convene as one for in that case. They have differing directions and not as one anymore. So it means that in a certain group, each member sharing the same ideas and strategies for the own good of the everyone. For example, member of marketing department constitute a group that is sustained by the mutual interest of goal. In group share goal para malaman at makilala ng bawat isa sa mga members na that they have the same goals. For example, or common goal. Common goal is give a group a shared purpose para ma-encourage them to work together as a team and achieve the end result. For example, is the footballers and the coaches donate 1% of their salary to charity. It means the both footballers and coaches are considered a group that they have the same goals, which is to help and donate to the charity. Another example is sa company. Both owner and employee are sharing ideas and strategies together for their own good of the company and for them to be both successful. Wait lang guys. So another example is the basketball team. The coach and players are considered group because coach sharing, wait lang guys. Sharing ideas and strategy to the players para manalo sila, and the players do their best to win also. And by this, we can see that both coach and players are working together with the same goal at yun ay manalo sila. And we can consider it in a common goal and interest kasi pareho sila ng goal at nakaka-benefit din ito sa kanila. Yun lang, that's all. So next is the number 3 will be reported by Miss Sedig. Thank you.
So, Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. I am Sandra Zesedik and I will going to report I will going to continue the report of Mr. Ali Emir Noor. So the third characteristic of group is interaction and interdependence. So in this, in any group, there is interaction and interdependence among the group members, either physically or virtually to accomplish the group goal. So in this characteristic of group, interaction in meetings of a group member is yes, and para mas malaman natin ang concerns ng bawat isa sa grupo. So in this way, mas nagiging posible na maging successful ang goals or ang goal ng isang grupo kasi they're connected with each other. Kumbaga nagwo-work sila together para ma-achieve ang kanilang goal. So imagine na pag sa isang grupo is the collective identity. So in this characteristic of group has collective identity, not the sum of individual members. Perhaps it is awareness of each other that most clearly differentiates a group from an aggregation of individuals. So groups are also composed of people who recognize each other as a member of their group and as a member of their group from non-member. So in this it is possible that their group should be known or identified kung ano yung behavior ng isa. So another example naman is kung sa isang group is may tamad, no? Halimbawa. So pwedeng madamay ang lahat ng member kaya kailangan as a group maganda ang ating pagkakakilanlan. So dapat na maganda yung ating samahan. So the next characteristic is the stable structure. So let's proceed to the number 5 characteristic of group, which is the stable structure. So groups have a defined structure that gives a relationship that keeps group members together with a stable functioning as a unit. So it clarifies the roles, authority, and the responsibility of each group members, which is important to accomplish group goals. So it is important that a group a stable connection with each other. So as a group, they should easily accomplish that every individual perception in order for them to achieve what they really want, a stable connection and strong unity, no, dapat is maging present. So just like our group, we unite as one. So we respect each other's opinions, suggestion, and with that, it is very possible that we can achieve our very common definitely necessary that all of this
So the next reporter of group structure is Laila Bigyama.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So let's proceed to group structure. Group structure is defined as the layout of a group, or it defines the formation, arrangement, and articulation of the members of that group. So it means, ang group structure is, ito yung tumutulong sa isang grupo na para mas ma-arrange or organize ang task or behavior ng bawat membro. Or it's a easier way para mas ma-identify ng isang grupo ang pagkakaiba ng bawat membro. So let's proceed to the group structures. Number 1 is group roles. Group roles, the different roles a person plays as a part of the group. Roles are usually predetermined and assigned to members. So, group roles, ito yung roles mo as an individual. Or ito yung ginagampanan mo sa isang grupo. For example, Si Peter was assigned to be an information giver. Yun yung kanyang role. So he needs to give a helpful information to his group. So next, norms. Norms are the acceptable standards of behavior within a group that are shared by the group members. Norms can help or block a group in achieving its goals. Ito naman yung rule na sinet ng grupo nyo na kailangan nyo ding sundin para hindi kayo magka-understanding as a group. Or ito yung batayan ng pag-uugali or kilos mo sa isang grupo. For example, nasa office kayo. Then, meron kayong meeting, kailangan meron na provide doon na dress code. So, yun yung susundin nyo. Hindi kayo pwedeng kumuha ng kung anong gusto nyong susuotin or like mag-wedding dress kayo sa meeting, like ganon. Next is conformity. It can be stated as accommodating to group pressure, or it is also called as the majority influence, or we can say the group pressure. So it means the adjustment of one behavior to align the norms of the group. Or sa grupo na ito yung sinasabi nilang majority wins, na kung saan ang pinakamaraming boto, yun yung mananalo. Example, lumabas kayo ng magkakaibigan. Then, may plano kayo na manood ng isang film. Kaso, hindi mo yun gusto. Pero yun naman yung, para sa mga kaibigan mo, yun yung magandang idea na panoorin nyo ngayong araw. So, wala kang choice, kundi mag-agree na lang na manood na lang doon. Kasi nga, majority wins. Yun yung conformity. The next one is workplace behavior. The ethics that one needs to follow while working with an organization. So workplace behavior, ito naman yung pag-uugali mo as a person sa lugar kung saan ka nagtatrabaho. Either pwede mo siyang ilabas, pwede kang maging masama dito or mabait. Next one is status. Status is a socially defined position or rank given to groups or group members by others. It includes group norms, culture, status, equity. So, sa status, describe the position of a person occupies gawa ka ng mga gawain dito sa school, sa classroom. So next is social loafing. It is the phenomenon of the people exerting less effort to achieve a goal when they work as a group than when they work alone. So in this group, the more na marami kayo gumagawa sa isang bagay, the less naman na ma-achieve nyo ang goals nyo para manalo. So example, sa tug of war. Siyempre sa tug of war, kailangan grupo kayo. And then, kapag the more na dumagdag ka ng grupo sa tug of war, may possible na hindi ka mananalo kasi hindi nyo na yung mababalance. Mas mahihirapan na kayo para makuha yung goals nyo para manalo. So next is cohorts. Cohorts is individuals who, as a part of a group, share a common attribute or known as cohort. So ito naman yung grupo na kung saan ang isang tao ay may pagkakapareha sa isang grupo. Example, yung birth cohort. Tayo as an individual, may kaparehas tayong birth year, di ba? Yun na yun. Yun yung cohorts, yung pagkakaparehas mo sa isang grupo. Reference group. It is a group to which a person or another group is compared. Reference groups are used in order to examine and determine the nature of a person or other group's features and sociological attributes. Ito naman yung group na i-compare mo ang sarili mo or ang isang grupo sa ibang tao or grupo. Example, if bago ka sa school mo, then na-observe mo na iba yung pananalita ng mga kaklase mo, the way na paano sila manamit or iba pa. So, siyempre, titignan mo yung sarili mo, i-compare mo yung sa sarili mo. Yun yung reference group. Group demography is the level to which a member of a group can share a common demographic attribute with his fellow team members. Parang parehas lang to sa cohorts. Parang i-compare mo din yung sarili mo sa iba. So next is cohesiveness. The last one. Extent to which group members are attracted towards each other and are encouraged to stay in the group. So in cohesiveness, ito yung group na mas lalong magiging strong ang isang team or group kapag mas lalo silang nagbaban sa isa't isa. Example, if a group of friends are enjoying spending their time together and they also share their similar goals, that is cohesiveness. Yung bonding, sharing at iba pa ay mas mapapatibay ang relasyon ng isang grupo kapag mas lalo silang nagbaband. Yun lang po. Thank you.
So the next one, with different group development and change process to be reported by Almera B. Giama.
So, Assalamualaikum. The next is different group development and change process. The number one is, in this stage, is the forming. At this stage, the formation of a new group begins, wherein the members come together and get to know each other through the interaction. So, dito sa forming na ito, dito na nagsisimula na magkakaroon ng grupo. Parang sa klase, pag may performance task, na kailangan na may ibang kasama, di ba ginugrupo tayo? Parang ganitong ginawa natin. Then every time na may groupings, you get excited because you'll be able to know or gain the different ideas from your group mates. And here in forming then, you get to know your classmates more. And then next stage is the storming. Once forming stage is over, the individuals will start interacting with each other in the context of tasks to be achieved. So, yun na nga, in this stage, dito na lumalabas yung mga, halimbawa lang to pabibo, yung matatalino, then yung iba magagaling ideas at mga walang ambag. So basically, ang storming, dito na lumalabas yung galing mo as sa group dun sa team na yon. And dito mo makikita yung nag-i-stand out na and then may iba na nagbibigay ng mga ideas, and then meron din iba na tahimik lang. Then sa storming din, nagkakaroon din ng competition since nagpapagalingan ng ideas. And then doon din pumapasok yung conflict kasi 'di ba may ba dun sa member na yun, di ba kapag nagbibigay ka ng mga ideas, di ba iba't iba yun? Kaya nagkakaroon ng conflict kasi iba't iba tayo ng pananaw na doon sa, kumbaga kung ano yung ideas na may bigay mo. And then the next stage is the norming. Once the roar or every member is cleared along with the authority and the responsibility of each, the team member starts settling in the group. So sa norming nito is, ito na yung once na naka-decide ka kung para saan ka. Let's take this report as an example. So you were able to discuss the purpose of the group. So dito sa norming, binibigyan ka ng responsibility na gagawin mo. Sa norming din na ma-appreciate yung skills mo. And then dito rin lumalabas yung galing mo or yung talent mo. Or di kaya basta yung talino or di kaya kung ano yung kakayahan mo doon sa task na ibinigay sa'yo. Then pagdating sa performing, at this stage, synergy gets created between the team members where everyone works towards the accomplishment of a goal. At this stage, every member na ginagawa na ang task na binibigay sa kanila para ma-accomplish yung goal ng team. Since, di ba, tapos na yung norming, where na ma-appreciate na yung skills mo as a member, and then, dito naman sa performing, dito na nabibuild yung trust ng mga kasama mo na sa point na kumbaga binibigay na nila sa'yo yung tiwala na para ma-achieve mo yung task na ibinigay sa'yo. And then dito rin is nag-change din yung roles and responsibility nyo since at this stage, every members are equally task-oriented and people are oriented. Then pagdating sa adjourning, this is the last stage of group development, where the group is terminated and the group members are separated from each other. At this stage, no, ito na yung last stage. Kasi di ba lahat naman kasi may hangganan. So, is where this last stage is where natapos na yung halimbawa ito ginagawa natin mamaya pagtapos na ito, ibig sabihin na achieve na natin yung task na naibigay sa atin. Then once na na-achieve na natin, doon na nag-e-end itong ginagawa natin, doon na nag-e-end yung task na naibigay sa atin. Na nagiging separate na tayo later, di ba? Ganun yun. And then, sa second, parehos din siya ito, pero kumbaga may highlight lang yung mga word dyan. Then, sa forming stage, no letter agreement, unclear purpose. Kasi yun na nga na sa letter agreement na ito kasi sa forming, the team will begin to know each other. Kasi dun, kasi sa simula, kapag binibigyan tayo ng task, di ba, kailangan muna natin malaman kung sino yung mga naging kapares natin. Tapos, alamin pa natin yung mga kasama natin. Then, first, nagtatanungan kung ano-ano backgrounds ng isa't isa kasi nga kinikilala pa nila bawat isa. And then sa unclear purpose kasi hindi pa ba nila alam kung ano ba talaga yung purpose ng task nila, kaya they will know each other first muna. Then sa storming stage, sa highlights niya, no, sa ideas and conflict, kasi once sa second na ito, kasi dito na nagbibigay ng ideas, nag-share sila. Then, nagkakaroon lang kasi ng conflict kasi yun na nga, iba-iba yung mga pananaw na naibibigay, kaya medyo nagkakagulo lang. Then, pagdating sa norming stage, no, sabi, clear roles and unity. Ito na nagkakaroon ng unity, ang isang grupo, ng isang team, and then para mas malinawan kung ano ba talaga yung roles ng bawat isa sa atin. And then, sa reforming stage, group operation, focus on goal achievement. So dito nag-cooperate na tayo, di ba? Nag-cooperate tayo mga grupo na ito gawin mo, parang ganito ginawa natin. Then kapag naibigay na yun sa atin, is mas napo-focus na tayo doon sa kung anong naibigay sa atin para ma-achieve natin yun. Pagdating doon sa adjourning. Then sa adjourning stage, is good feeling about achievement, tasks, and good accomplished, goals accomplished. So dito na yung nafe-feel. So yun na nga, halimbawa dito sa ginagawa natin, is later, maya is pag mag-end na ito, is mag-feel na natin yung good feeling about achievement. Na kumbaga, natapos din natin, maya, no? Then, sa tasks and goals accomplished, yun na nga, kasi matatapos na rin, hanggang doon lang yung task na naibigay sa atin. So, yun lang.
Good evening. This is the continuation of the report. I'm going to discuss why is it necessary to form a group. So, siyempre, tayong mga tao ay kailangan natin, halimbawa kung meron tayong mabigat na trabaho or may trabaho para sa goal natin, minsan kailangan din natin ng kagrupo o kakampi para mas maging effective yung trabahuhin natin, because it might impossible to stand alone to work with our own capacity. So we should join some group, like we are tulad ng tayong mga estudyante, we need to make some group para magtulungan. People in groups interact, engage, and identify with each other. So through interaction, there will be a sharing of beliefs, principles, and standards that will make contribution to make the task better. So why do people join group? Siyempre, security. Aside from the particular task that we are working, parang karoon tayo ng security. Kumbaga, we are far from threats from the others. Kumbaga, magkakaroon tayo ng sense of security sa bawat isa. You will not feel standing alone. Kumbaga, may karamay ka sa pagtatrabaho. Status. Sa status, parang kailangan din nating malaman yung status ng kasamahan natin, for the mutual support, para maging effective yung flow ng ating pagtatrabaho. Affiliation, yung connectedness natin sa bawat isa, para magkaroon din tayo ng mutual support, para sa social needs. Kumaga, yung closure sa bawat isa, magkaroon tayo ng tiwala na ito siya, parang may tiwala tayo sa bawat isa na kaya natin trabahuin nating task. Power. So tulad ng sabi ko kanina, sa pagkakaroon ng grupo ay nandiyan yung power, parang magkakaroon ng efficient yung flow ng task natin. Kumbaga, it brings big possibility for the success. Goal achievement. There are times when it takes more than one person to accomplish the particular task, and there is a need to pool talent, knowledge, or power in order to get a job completed. So sa isang grupo, siyempre, bawat isa ay dapat may special talents, not really the special talent, but kumbaga, yung ma-engage na yung full potential niya sa contribution niya sa grupo, knowledge and power.
So now let us proceed to the types or different social groups that social work profession caters. So we have here the family, organization, communities, and sororities. Social work profession provides services to these following groups. So here's some examples of notable group work activities. So counseling, feeding program, child protection, rural development, community development, advocacy, out of school youth, community organizations, and community education.
So the next one is what are group assessment tools to be reported by
Salangani Hadija. So now we'll proceed our discussion to the group assessment tools. So these are the group assessment tools that the social worker help to identify and understand the social relationship of the client or the family, the situation, and particularly the historical background of the client, such as the cultural gram, eco map, genogram, sociogram, and mime map. So The culturogram it is the tools that use of the social worker for the families who comes from different cultures. So the second one is the eco map. It is the tools that use of the social worker for for the social relationship of the family with the external world. So in a genogram, it is the tools of the social worker that used to identify, understand the social relationship of the family, particularly the historical background of the family. In sociogram, it is the tools that used to understand the group behaviors. So the last one is the mind map. Dito sa mind map na ito is ginagamit ng mga social worker ito para malaman nila yung mga iba't ibang impormasyon na manggagaling sa client or family. So the next reporter is Ms. Sahada Benito.
Good afternoon. So my name is Saada Benito, and this is the continue of report of Ms. Salangani. So these are the two group assessment tools that I will discuss. So the number one is the genogram. So we all know that genogram is very important for the social worker because dito natin malalaman o dito malalaman ng social worker kung ano ba yung different background ng isang pamilya. So halimbawa is ang client niya is gusto niyang malaman kung ano ba yung cause ng behavior or kung ano ba yung pinagmula ng behavior is sa pamamagitan ng genogram is malalaman ng isang social worker kung bakit ganun yung behavior ng isang tao. So at tulad na lang kung ang isang client is may mental disorder, so malalaman natin yan by the help of genogram. So sa paanong paraan? So ganito yon. Kung halimbawa is sa first generation ng family nila is yung kumbaga is yung lolo niya is may mental disorder. So hindi siya halimbawa hindi na inherent nung parents na is maaaring halimbawa ako yung maka-inherent nun. So ganun yung use ng genogram. So the number 2 is the EcoMap. So, ano naman yung use ng EcoMap sa mga social worker? So, ang use naman ng EcoMap is dito natin malalaman kung ano ba yung relationship ng ating client sa kanyang environment. So, hindi lang siya sa family kung hindi sa outside. So, kung ano ba yung problema niya dito, halimbawa sa kapitbahay niya, kung ano ba yung relationship nila, kung ano ba yung tingin niya doon sa kapitbahay na yun. So, ang use ng EcoMap is malaking tulong talaga to sa mga social worker kasi minsan kasi yung behavior natin is nakukuha natin sa ating environment. So, hindi lang yun siya sa family, kung hindi sa outside. So, itong dalawang tools na to is hindi siya pwedeng mawala sa mga social worker, especially is sa clinical kasi parang ito yung importante na dapat na hindi sa kanila mawala. So that's all. Thank you.
First of all, ma'am, good morning again, ma'am.
Okay, good morning to
Sedik, a second year college student taking up Bachelor of Science in Social Work. Today, I will going to interview po ma'am about groups, regarding groups. So, thank you po for giving us the chance na ma-interview po kayo. Na pumayag po kayo.
Okay. Okay.
So
what's the question?
So, the first question is, for you ma'am, what is the significance of forming groups in your current life status?
Okay, you know, we have two kinds of groups, the informal and formal groups. When you say group, it plays the significance of having a group or forming a group. It plays a vital role in our family, in the school, public or in private businesses, firms, and also in government agencies. It is important because there are things that we cannot achieve or accomplish by ourselves alone, but only be attained through our memberships or in our groups. Like for example, me, as part of the MSU nga, it is hard for me na ako na yung gagawa lahat ng task. Right? I need someone na pwedeng tumulong sa akin in order to finish the work as mapadali. And then as a mother, hindi ko makakaya na ma-provide lahat ng needs ng family without the help of the family members like the father as well as the children.
Yes.
Okay? That's it. No, that is the importance or the significance of having a group. There's a saying na no man is an island, right, Miss Sandra?
Yes, ma'am.
Hindi ka nag-iisa. Kailangan mo ng karamay. Okay? Okay, that is my answer for the number 1 question.
Second question po, ma'am, is how does your social group help you? May it be in accomplishing office-related tasks or in solving personal concerns?
Okay, how does the social group
Yes, ma'am.
help me? No, in my case, as an instructor, it helped me to work harmoniously, no, to achieve a common goal with my co-workers. We work as a team with a common goal, following one direction. Kasi nga, yun nga sabi ko sa iyo, no man is an island. There's a saying na no man is an island. Like, sa trabaho ko, hindi ko kayang ako lang. Kailangan ko ng someone na pwedeng makatulong para mapadali yung trabaho. Like, as of now, we are doing the faculty loading, no? Ang ginagawa namin, kanya-kanya kami ng task. Ako yung encoder, si Ma'am Farisa naman yung taga-inform sa mga ibang faculty members, and si Sir Salazar naman ang tigbigay ng advice kung tama ba yung gawa namin. In that way, no, we follow one direction and also we do the work harmoniously. Maganda yung magiging result pag you have your social, no, you have your group. What else, Miss Sandra?
Yun lang po, ma'am. Dalawang question lang po.
Okay, yun lang. Dalawang question lang pala.
Opo.
Wala na?
Wala na, ma'am.
Yun lang?
Opo. Sukran gid,
Gusto mo
ma'am.
pang tanongin about sa family? Sa family ko, gusto mo? Kasi personal problems sa mention mo.
Okay lang po, ma'am. Paano po nakakatulong yung family niyo po?
Okay, sa family naman, like for example, na yung my family members help me a lot in my problems, especially when it comes to, di ba, ito, in reality, financial problem. As of now, makikita mo yung nangyayari sa atin. No? Ang ginagawa namin as ng asawa ko, ay nagtutulungan kami. Kasi nga sabi ko, hindi ko kaya ng mag-isa. Kailangan mo ng karamay. Like in doing the household chores. Hindi ko kaya na habang nagpapadede ng baby, then nagwawalis. Right, Sandra? And then, sa yung pagpapalaki ng bata, no? Rearing our children, mahirap yun na ikaw lang mag-isa.
So number 1 question, what is the significance of forming groups in your current life status? So for me, there is a lot of significance in forming group in my current life status because there is a group who will be with me, laugh with me, a group that has the same goal with me, a group that we can share like what's going on us, a group that will give advices on me, and a group that we can share those knowledge of wisdom and etc. So this is one of the significance of forming a group, not just only for me but for everyone. So remember that when you are finding a group, or forming a group, or entering in a group, so you must choose and find a group that has a positive impact on your life, a group that has that is healthy for your mind, spiritual, and heart. So a group that that cannot contaminate your heart and mind. So as long as you are happy with them, comfortable with them, because they're accepting you of who you are and what you are. So that is my answer. So number 2, how does your social group help you? May it be in accomplishing an office-related task or in solving personal concerns. So for me, both my social group help me in like in accomplishing my task in work, and also in my personal, like in my work. They are suggesting me for how can I do this, how can I accomplish this or that. And in terms of personal concerns, they're also giving me some advices on how can I surpass or solve these kind of situations. So that's all.
Hi, good day. My name is Brina Sharon Nuno, a third-year social work student from MSU Mindanao. So today I have received 2 questions from Elham Mopak, a second-year social work student from MSU Maguindanao. Her first question is, what is the significance of forming social groups in your current life status? So, our social groups makes us feel this sense of belongingness, which is so important to have, and one of the things we need in life, especially in this time of crisis. Knowing that there are people who has the same common interest as you gives you the feeling of mutual understanding. Having someone who understands you is so important, especially in this time of crisis, because this pandemic brought us a lot of changes that we needed to cope up immediately, because we need to continue what we have started. Because if I'm not mistaken, this crisis nag-worse siya when we were in the middle of first semester, which is shocked most of us, and we don't have a choice but to continue what we have started with this suggested new mode of learning. So as a social work student, we were taught to adjust immediately and to cope up with our new situation. So we just have to apply what we have learned into reality. So the second question is, how does your social group help you? May it be accomplishing office-related tasks or solving personal concerns. So for me, as a student, this new mode of learning during this pandemic gave me a lot of struggles. Actually, no, this pandemic gave everyone a lot of struggles. So most of us aren't familiar and doesn't have the means to do the things we wanted during this pandemic. And there are times that we feel frustrated because of our limited resources, and that's where our social group help us. They make us feel that we are not alone by listening to our frustrations when it comes to works, homeworks that we find difficult. They also motivate us to continue life. Therefore, having a good social group is advantageous. So I guess that will be all, and thank you for listening.